Really? On Black History Month? Well, yes, actually. I'm pretty sure both of the episodes that inspired this video were released so close to each other because it is Black History Month. The idea of putting anything even vaguely political, racial, or pertaining to the dreaded idea of diversity in media has become a very controversial one. On one side, we have those complaining that the insertion of politics into modern media has made said media worse. On the other, we have those who say that media has always been political and these complaints are only happening because the first group disagrees with the politics in question. Of course, there are more complicated stances, like mine. It's my view that almost all media has an aspect of ideology or politics behind it. They were written by human beings with beliefs on how the world works, and those will inevitably leak into whatever they create. So yeah, media has always been political in that sense, but I feel that the issue isn't so much the insertion of so-called identity politics into a story as it is how the stories handle them. And this isn't me falling into the line of saying that media has always been political, because here's the thing. Media in the past have also had the exact same problem of poor integration of their political messaging, so saying it was done in the past isn't a real defense. And I feel it's very important I mention this. This isn't an all-encompassing rule. Look at things on a case-by-case basis when you judge them. And of course, this leads me to the two shows this video will be looking at. The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, and Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Because being black in America is evidently inherently political. In all seriousness, what I've said regarding politics can be just as easily applied to attempts to translate the black experience into media. And despite both being Disney Plus kids cartoons, both shows have episodes that show the vast difference in how you can portray or fail to portray those experiences. The episodes in question are The End of Innocence for The Proud Family and Here Today, Gone Tomorrow for Moon Girl. Spoilers for both of these episodes. In The End of Innocence, the relationship between the main girls fracture when they suspect that a celebrity they liked only asked one of them out because she's white. In Here Today, Gone Tomorrow, Lunella accidentally destroys her hair trying to straighten it out after having it called messy by a classmate. Now, both of these episodes deal with a separate issue when it comes to Black America: colorism and physical insecurity. Please note that any stance you may have on either subject is not important to this video. I'm simply looking at how they were used. Having watched both episodes, I could immediately identify a major difference in how they are written, and that's the fact that Moon Girl actually wrote a good episode around the issue it wanted to cover. You see, more often than not, I find that there is a consistent point at which something crosses over into being criticized for being political, and it has nothing to do with whatever it's trying to talk about and everything to do with how the story handles the integration, and the same applies to these episodes. I feel the need to come back in with another reminder that this is not an all-encompassing rule and you should look at things on a case-by-case basis. Regardless of your feelings about colorism, The End of Innocence makes a fatal mistake of kind of ignoring the issue, and even worse, applying it in a way that rubs people the wrong way. Because it really isn't about the idea of colorism so much as it is an exercise in Zoey's so-called friends losing their minds that the guy didn't ask them out. They didn't even try to tell Zoey they think Noah only asked out because she's white, they just immediately tried to cut her out of the friend group.
He asked me out because he likes me. Has any other boy ever asked you out to a dance?
Honestly, the aspects of colorism feel more like a last-minute excuse to make the girl's behavior seem acceptable and guilt Zoey into apologizing when she did nothing wrong. The episode is less about colorism and more about female solidarity, except even that wasn't executed well. Colorism as a concept is so badly integrated, there isn't actually any proof of it until the very end, and that's just because it's used to justify objectively bad behavior. Noah doesn't even have any speaking lines after he asks Zoey out.
Myriad, 3 times. Does that mean he only likes white girls too?
Here Today, Gone Tomorrow, on the other hand, actually uses its message as a focus for its plotline, which better integrates what's happening to the theme of black people's physicality being criticized, specifically around hair. Lunella losing her mind because someone said her hair is messy and accidentally turning it into a supervillain makes sense. Well, it makes sense in context. Trying to change something about yourself because you're insecure when your classmate criticized it is something most people can relate to. The supervillain part comes with the genre. Though I suppose that raises the question, if I'm so critical about how it was handled, how would I do the Proud Family episode?
Oh, my precious. Whoa, is that hair?
Well, for starters, don't make Noah famous and don't make all the girls express a desire for him to ask them out. Remove the jealousy aspect entirely, it just makes everything look bad. Make the episode about the girls trying to figure out if the rumors about Noah are true, so instead they are just looking out for their friend who thinks Noah really likes her for her. There, you can keep the themes of solidarity and better integrate the idea of colorism into the episode. Also, that way it makes more sense that they don't instantly tell her since they don't want to hurt her feelings or poison her mind with suspicions that might not be true. Also, Noah should go to their school for more than a minute before asking Zoey out. He was completely new in school. Anyone he asked out would have been for purely aesthetic reasons anyway. Considering he walked past the conventionally attractive white girl to go to Zoey, I figured he must be into redheads, or tall girls, or glasses, or freckles, or the one girl in the room who wasn't instantly fangirling over him, or the color blue. You know what, now that I list them out, there are several reasons he could have asked her out. Zoey's friends are just mean. Plus, if he goes to their school, they have a more reliable source of suspicion than a rumor one of them's cousin who is his neighbor told her. Is my version of Noah actually only into white girls? It doesn't really matter, just don't use it as an excuse to bully a completely innocent character. Is my idea perfect? No, frankly it's extremely bare bones and would probably need some restructuring if someone actually tried to make it into an episode, but I hope I've illustrated my point. Moon Girl used the issue it features as a backbone they structured the episode around so that it comes out in a way that's still entertaining and came naturally as part of the plot while also being informative. But the colorism in Louder and Prouder feels like it's only there to be condemned and be used as an excuse for everyone being bad friends to Zoey, because if they were being assholes for a reason relating to her being white, she can't really complain about it, can she? Is this the be all end all of writing racial issues or really issues of any nature into stories? Nope. There are an infinite number of ways to mess up a story when trying to write a theme. These are just my thoughts on how these two episodes highlight one of the most common I've seen. But what are your thoughts? Did you enjoy the video? Do you think I'm obviously wrong? Tell me in the comments below, and while you're down there, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Thank you and good day.